We are still alive in Disco Elysium. We have not thrown our job away from being turned down on a date. Though since then, I did go back and redo the conversations that we had. Without asking Sylvie out on a date. So, replicated all the choices we made. Did not ask Sylvie out. So, we have not quit our job yet. We're continuing on from where we died last time. Okay. What should we do? Well, it seemed like there was one dice roll that came up at, like, if we didn't die from talking to Sylvie, there was a dice roll that could have come up. Hold on. And I want to see if we can possibly get this one.
This is Precinct 57.
Yeah, can I meet to Sylvie again? I'm not going to ask her out. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask her out.
Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes. Hello?
Hey, Sylvie. It's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Alright, so we're not doing that. We're not grabbing the cup of coffee. But let's try to end the call.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Maybe not. Maybe that's not the one. When I redid this, I got an empathy check that I didn't get the first time I had the conversation. Let me just see if I can bring it up.
Sylvie Malaika. Yes. Oh, great. What else do you need to... You mean, why did I leave the bar? You know who. Maybe, I don't know.
No, I don't think it is, because I'm pretty sure it came up when I ended the call.
Anything else?
Alright, so it isn't coming up again, unfortunately. The empathy check indicated that if we passed it, we might be able to find out what was bothering her, why she didn't come back to work. But doesn't seem like it's coming up. Oh well. Well, let's, there was a second call that we could make, which we didn't because we quit our job last time. The second call we could make is calling our precinct, which I'm sure is going to go very fine, and nothing will happen that will hurt our feelings, and take away our one remaining morale point. Probably nothing.
Just a second, officer.
She put you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
My status?
10-18, 10-20, over.
Please just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing to me.
State your message, sir. Over.
This might sound odd, but there are personal details I'd like to discuss.
10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
I don't have it. My badge.
But you said... never mind.
Okay, we did tell Kim that we did have our badge. We probably disappointed Kim.
10-9, repeat message, over.
My badge? I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain, over.
10-22, the captain? This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Hey, who is this?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over.
No, the other one.
You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner!
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Wittmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience.
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
Hey, they're being sarcastic, I think. Also surprising that Encyclopedia was able to retrieve that, considering how low it is.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Come on, operator, tell them to stop. This is serious.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vicmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over.
Ha ha, officer has lost his badge, ha ha. Like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
I did not laugh sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all just please stop saying lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Person was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
It is hard to think like this. Reaction speed. I mean, I don't blame you for failing that. We won't say anything.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Person wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
Well, drama, I don't expect drama's gonna come through for us here. Yeah, that is very low. I don't think... I wonder if we would lose a morale point if we lose that one. It is very low. Well, let's see. Let's see if maybe the chat can give us a stat boost. Let's see if that. I don't know how much it could help, but we're gonna try to lie with everything we have. It's 28. Okay, let's go for it.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun. Fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Well, we did learn last time that we do like having people describe what our gun looks like. It makes us feel good.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
The fuck do you need a gun for? Look at the pythons on your arms. You are a gun. The biggest one in the world.
Hell yeah. What are we talking about? We lost our gun. We clearly have 2 guns right here. It's just that you can't see them underneath the jacket.
Oh, Request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Let's see. For starters, it's massive. Got flared cooling vents along the front and hydrogen flasks sticking out too. We could ask Kim what he's packing. It's a gun. What can we say? A regular goddamn murder weapon. You know how they are. Bang, bang. Trick question. I'm a martial artist. My entire body is one big gun. Look, I don't have it, all right? I don't have my gun. I mean, if we're being honest, number 4 should be... I mean, we did fail the check with Kuno last time. But, I mean, really, number 4 should be the real answer. Trick question. I'm a martial artist. My entire body is one big gun.
He says he's a living weapon and we are trying to trick him.
Host in heaven. Did he lose his gun and his mind?
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
The man succumbs to laughter again.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his ass, but he still got his wiener. Oh, man.
I mean, I guess we haven't checked.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
I left it at his mama's after I fucked her ass all night. Tell him that.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
And Jules really is professional. He is keeping his composure through all this.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Is that innuendo, or are you just saying that you're mad that I ate all of the waffles she made for the party?
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Because I think that's kind of, you know, holding on to a petty grudge, if that's really what's bothering you.
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
Hey, if you don't like the fallout, maybe don't fuck with the Firewalker. Is that what we're referring to ourselves now?
Mac, he says you shouldn't have antagonized the Firewalker in the first place.
I'm glad Jules is going along with that.
Who?
The disbelief in Vicmar's voice is overwhelming.
Satellite officer V.
Firewalker.
I'm afraid he might be referring to himself as Firewater, sir.
No, Walker.
Firewater? He's lost it. Fuck it. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters.
Satellite officer V.
No, I heard him. I'm on it. We probably should actually find the gun.
10-4 affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
They're static.
Oh, God,
The man is fighting back tears.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
I am in dire need of financial assistance, Jules.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
You can't drink money. Even I know that.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me.
Listen. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I had other things. Thanks, Jules.
Let us address them now, sir. Over.
That's all for now.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
The static ends with a loud click, and then everything is silent in the cabin. Can't believe we did not lose a morale point in that conversation. All right. Well, somehow we survived that. Why don't we just save a game? Okay, so we've reported that we lost our badge and our gun. And, let's see. Track down the gun. We need to find any... We have no leads on the gun yet. Well, no, Sylvie indicated that we sold it. So maybe we should find a place where we might have done that. Track down the badge. Again, no idea. The secret passage, we don't know how to get in there. We don't have anywhere close to the amount of money to even think about buying pants. Let's see. Oh, did I not do that yet? Stand in front of the Kinema lights. We did that last time, but maybe I didn't do that
Inside.
when I had to redo this. We might as well do that now.
Pull out to a metallic drawer. Slide. Pull out to.
We don't need that.
The white suede feels luxurious.
This is the Caprice Kinema.
Motor carriage, motor carriage.
No, I did look at all these.
The cabin. You see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft. As you hold your ledger's clip,
Right, and this is where we learn about what our actual record is.
the watermark are dozen. The rectangular watermark is overlaid. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Shivers has a much better way with words than we actually do.
Let me see. Right here.
We'll just redo the choices that we did last time.
There are many of them. The first row.
Right, we learn about...
Not bad for...
We learned about how many cases we solved.
There are so many. It's the last row. That's it.
What do they mean?
Son, here is where we score.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay.
I think we said we got drunk like a megastar.
Yes. That does. This next row, wow, more than 200.
And then, yeah, we closed 200 cases.
Even for some...
We were a superstar cop.
What you want. Right.
3 kills.
That sounds pretty...
Or went out for the fallen. So I'm a killer.
That's right.
A killer of humans.
For an RCM officer?
But that's not many kills, actually, compared to many officers, as we learn.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, but he doesn't want to talk about it. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method. Personally, I find it helpful.
Maybe I should find a hobby. Just gardening because we're wearing the gloves.
Ernest.
Thanks for that.
Nods.
Right.
Okay, there we go.
Turn off the lights.
Okay, now that one is complete. And we got a new skill point. Okay, let's see. Who put the clothes in the trash? Yeah, we talked to Gart about that. It sounds like only the garbage company, the people who would pick up the garbage, would have access to that. Where's the rest of the armor? Go to the harbor gates. Ask the troubadour about it, apparently. Someone who really likes cows. Pay for damages. That's a problem. Yeah, okay, it crossed out ask the station for funds, because we're not getting that. Who made the call? We don't know who made the call. Sylvie and Gart did not make the call, apparently. So we got this. It was suggested to me that even though it's kind of on the boring side, maybe we should put a point into Volition, just so we're not on the verge of death, and also it might be good to have Volition counteract some of the other urges we have, so we'll put a point into Volition here. Oops, not that. Okay. So, we've done that. And now at this point, maybe let's just... Oh, See our statistics on journal page, and that. Okay. Now, we really haven't walked off in other directions, but we can explore the place. So why don't we just do that now? Right, that's the main entrance, which for some reason never works. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Wild Pines, that's the name of the company that's currently negotiating with the union. A glossy magazine, Most Able-Bodied Men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Oh no! They're much hunkier than you! Well, that's a matter of opinion. You shouldn't be threatened by handsome men, don't be silly. Yeah, they're not even that good looking. Jump Jams, a popular musique mag. I want to know what jams are popular right now, but I guess we can't read them.
Welcome to Rivachol,
says the racist lorry driver. The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Hey, I know Revachol. That's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
I mean, if that's true, it sounds like Kim has dibs.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Well, we're a bit confused about what this conversation is about, but, you know, we'll back up our partner. You tell him!
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Limbo? What's the deal with this limbo?
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I like how neither one of them are paying attention to anything that I'm saying. Continue.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Yeah, we're good at breaking the tension. Fucking A, Kim, I got your back. We give the lieutenant a little punch on the shoulder. That's the sound of it.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lorryman spits.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Well, now that we've solved racism, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. Oh, maybe he likes the racist mug.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Yeah, he loves the racist mug. Is this yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
What was that argument all about, by the way?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
He spits on the ground.
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Yeah, Do I want to be scared to think of these challenging topics? Or do I want to be courageous like the racist lorry driver?
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
Can't remember what means. I'm not sure what the that in that sentence is referring to. Oh, are you just a racist?
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
He's read books. Well, I mean, he has one up on me then.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design, So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
People have studied these things. I did not know that anyone had been studying into this. It's kind of changing my worldview.
If this guy's all the Occidentals have, well, let's just say he's not exactly ripped.
A physical instrument is very simple. How buff are you? And I mean, if the Occidentals are not ripped, then they don't deserve to be in charge, is basically what physical instrument has to say. I can tell you're a prime example of superior design.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
I mean, Revachol seems like it's been experiencing a downturn for quite a while, like probably before most of these characters were born. But what's the problem with that?
The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Do you have a YouTube channel that I could subscribe to? I feel like I'm suddenly very concerned about this cultural war. What is this cultural victory you're talking about?
It's what the Kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
So our traditional music is not being played on the radio anymore. Until he mentioned it, I never even noticed it. Uh-huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Well, I guess at this point we could be convinced by racist lorry driver, or we could maybe say that we're maybe not down with the racist theory. So we're not down with this. Maybe racist lorry driver can fuck himself.
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. What does this say?
Damn, that felt good. Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often.
Kim, I think I should tell people to fuck off more often. It felt really good.
Not as a general rule, but that one was justified. Better to get the lay of the land before telling people to fuck off.
Fuck yeah, motherfuckers!
That's the spirit.
That would have healed some health if I was damaged.
Never forget, the whole world's a wooden house, and you're a goddamn flamethrower.
Except when it might hurt our feelings. But we need to be careful with where we shoot the flame. In that case. Oh, hold on. There's... over here. Frit! Sick. So I think this is a store. It was mentioned to us before. Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips, too. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Oh, we're looking for a sad song to sing at the hotel.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Ugh, too rich for our blood.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
And what is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it? On a on a spiritual sense.
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
You find it outside, and the machine gives you money. And how do we do this?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
She shrugs awkwardly.
Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. Somewhere.
So a bag is our key to money and riches.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have MEASUREHEAD, Duramine, magnesium, and hypnogamma.
I'm surprised electrochemistry is not saying anything about this. You'd think it'd be getting real excited. What do these products do?
I don't know. Let's see. MEASUREHEAD is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Could you be a bit more specific?
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Well, I mean, if you put it that way. Who is St. Baptiste?
St. Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company.
Yes, I do know.
St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of St. Baptiste. That one. There.
Yes, I am familiar with this company and their products. I should not be spending money right now.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
Okay, this is electrochemistry's department. There he is.
In that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no.
She looks at the wall of goods behind her, then adjusts her hat.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic then.
Well...
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Tell me more about these products.
The pale aged vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
And what is pale?
You know.
She shrugs, uninterested in explaining it further. Yes, I do know, now that you put it that way.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Let's concentrate on what's important here.
Okay, what will consuming this stuff do to my body?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
She stares at you, unsure.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale.
Wow, smoking makes you smarter.
Use medication, like MEASUREHEAD and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Unforeseen, you say? Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Gotcha. So, unofficially, do you know? Okay. We cannot afford any of this, and even if we did, we should not be buying drugs and alcohol. All right. Well, let's talk to her directly.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this. Very futuristic. Tap on the girls kissing.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods.
Very futuristic.
The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
Before we go on, what is this frit?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
Can we look at that magazine again?
You mean this? This is Pop Star.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this?
Her
lazy eyes scout up and down your body, assessing the situation.
No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Well, no one says we can't be both, Kim. Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I mean, surely it's fine to talk to the police. Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with here.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
She turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. Could you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
She scratches her nose. Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really? Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
I guess that is pretty definitive. Thank Yor for your help.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
No, I meant the physical reality.
I don't know. What about it?
Where are we?
We're in Frit?
No, I meant, where are we on a larger scale?
As mankind, or as a nation, or...
As a mankind.
In a good place.
She rubs her face, thinking...
I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer thing seems to be kinda big. I don't know.
She shrugs and folds her magazine back. I mean, that is a more... This honestly is a more thoughtful answer I would have expected. What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
I believe that is always how those work, yes. What about the one we had here in Revachol?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
The Coalition, what's that? Someone told me there is one.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
I can see that it's urgent. I won't bother you with this nonsense anymore.
Cool.
She seems happy to return to her reading. Alright, let's leave. I think that's everything we could look at here. Alright, well, maybe we might need to come back to buy something, but considering the money situation, I don't know when that might be. Well, I mean, if we find a bag, then maybe we can start, like, finding tear to exchange for money. Oh, I didn't look in this. Oh. Okay, so magnesium healing. That is very relevant to our interests. Oh, is that money on the ground? Yeah, someone just left some money. Okay, we're taking that. We now have over 2 real. We're rolling in it now. Bunch of people here.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. Ahem. I am the law.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why would I do that?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Well, I really didn't come here to beat people up in the crowd. I mean, I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Well, considering how powerful people were saying the Union is here, I am surprised that the scab leader is out here just yelling about the right to work. Sounds like that the police would be the least of his problems if what other people have told us about the Union is true. What kind of a cause are we talking about?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups. You're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the
right to work! Right to work!
Who's he yelling at? I mean, maybe we'll find out. I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
Well, who's them? Is there, like, a them I could talk to, and maybe I could negotiate the strike? I'm sure I'd be very good at that.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing. Oh, he's pointing at a specific person.
So do we, Scott.
Says, call me Manana? It's an unusual name, but I mean, I guess we are, we're the Firewalker, so we're familiar with unusual names. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
Now, how bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Well, have you considered storming in, like all of you, if you have the numbers, as you say you do?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
Okay, they look like criminals. I gotcha. I hear ya.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. So do you have a name, or is Scab Leader just your given name? No, that's not a... We can't ask that, but let's see. What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his worker's overalls. I feel that might be a slightly biased interpretation of how strikes work, but let's respect Scab Leader's position. What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
Workers' rights, you say? It does sound like nonsense.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape.
I appreciate the observation, Physical Instrument. I don't know if it's really relevant to the proceedings right now.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting? What does that mean, Composure?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Where might he have gotten someone else's clothes? Maybe a large man hanging from a tree, possibly, but, I mean, we don't have any evidence of that. I want to get into the harbor, too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
His reply is snappy and terse. Absolutely nothing?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Well, that isn't really my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut. Man, this guy is staying on message, working in right to work in a lot of his sentences.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I don't think that's how strikes work. It's not that they don't want work. Well, never mind.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Well, that's not an answer. I mean, maybe Physical Instrument is onto something by pointing out how ripped this guy is, and everyone can tell about his rippling muscles underneath his clothes, and that's why he's the leader.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Curiosity. I'm gonna figure out this whole strike mess.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Well, I already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway running over this district of Jamrock. Concrete pillars rise up from the midst of the dilapidated wooden houses. On the horizon, barely visible, the hazy machinery of the harbor.
Let's focus on that. Shudder and breathe on our hands.
Life in the domain is even worse off than in Martinez. The cold air is stiff from the fumes of the motor carriages and lorries roaring overhead. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dusty streets with no purpose. Yet amongst them, there is no sight of this man. Nowhere.
So perhaps Scab Leader is an outsider. Maybe he was brought in by the company to weaken the position of the Union. But surely Scab Leader is an honorable man and is just working on the behalf of the downtrodden. I don't think you're from the domain.
Yeah? What makes you say that?
No one there knows you.
They know me. That's bullshit.
He turns his attention back to the harbor gates. Well, I guess we're gonna leave now. Alright. He's just gonna keep yelling about the strike. Oh, something else to look at over here. The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. It says Gris. It does say that. That is true.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head.
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
I'm pretty sure that is not what he called us, Half-Light. Yeah, no, well, we shouldn't pretend we are, because Call Me Manana is part of the Union. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Oh, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Oh, have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Okay, so Scab Leader does seem like he has a job to do here. I'm not a scab. I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
He chuckles, then realizes...
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it?
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe we'll find out who did it just by asking everyone if they did it. Can't rule that out. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
Yeah, I know. He said that I was digging my dick out and, like, waving it at him, and, like, I don't even know where that came from. The probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
Let's just say I have friends who might be librarians.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Well, I guess Kuno was keeping his story straight because he did also tell us that he kicked the helmet into the sea, so that's consistent so far.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlet, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
A mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Okay, we got a new quest. You want all the armor pieces. Deck yourself out in full metal battle-hardened glory. No, this one may take a while. Like, a long while. So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
Yeah, you can't take Kuno seriously. Just, you know, brush him off your shoulders.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Yeah, you probably don't want to drink while talking to the cops. Wait till after. Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Uh-oh. Well, 42%. Maybe we can try to increase those odds a bit. See if maybe our Motorix could possibly get a short surge. I mean, I don't know if why it would matter if we caught it or not. But we could try. Alright, 58. Let's try it.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such.
Oh no, it was just a chance for me to look cool, and I blew it.
Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you.
Appreciated.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Hey, we have 3 real. And... what was it? Doesn't even tell us how much we owe. Need to remind ourselves what the damages are. Doesn't say here what the number is. We're not anywhere close to it. I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry.
Yeah, not many people seem to be able to help us with it.
I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
He shrugs. Does the Union have a, someone assigned for dead body disposal? Maybe I should talk to that person.
What's the matter with this wimp? Is he obstructing justice?
Now, physical instrument. Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Ah, the head measurer. Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
This would be the trained killer that Scab leader was talking about? Right.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy, call me mañana.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
I mean, that's apparently what I do best.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
What does Physical Instrument have to say about that?
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Is that what we're naming our arms? I don't think I was consulted on the naming of our arms. Have any of the Scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the Scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
They're just not heroic enough to accept his philosophy, I see. Another thing.
Sure.
The man whistles a jaunty tune, the wind rustling his whiskers. What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Oh, that easy, huh? Just go talk with the big boss. Do I have to get past the trained killer to talk with the big boss?
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the Union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
All right, we need to get in with the Union. Nice talk. Got to get moving. Auto-saving there, huh? In case of a strike, press button behind guard. Hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lockpicking or door kicking this one. Alright, just to let us know. Looks like Measurehead has a fan group singing his praises. I mean, we did just autosave, but, you know, maybe we should just save a game. Alright, I'm sure we can have a reasonable conversation with the trained killer.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees.
Your body does not betray your degeneracy. That's a lie. You're in great shape.
My body does not betray my degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Smell my breath. Kim, is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Oh.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
All right, Perception. Don't need to get imaginative with it. You're right. I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup p.4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
But the ham sandwich race? I've not eaten a single ham sandwich since I woke up without my memory. I'm the police, and I need you to comply now. Let's take a step closer and show him who's boss.
Jerking motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
I like the first thing he mentions about our culture's contributions to society is eugenics.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Who's obsessed with sadness and frivolous pop culture? No one here. No one I know. Not me.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Maybe I could, poke at it with my pry bar. I am still holding it, and it extends my reach.
This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
Well, I'm sure we could just push him out of the way. That should probably work. I don't see an issue with that.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
And that sounded solid. That was just no movement at all.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
He's given a lot of thought to this.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard.
Well, I don't know, Half-Light. We tried violence once before with Kuno. But then again, it's very unlikely that I would miss if I tried to punch Measurehead. I'm not saying it would work, but just like punching over him like with Kuno is unlikely because this man is taller than us.
No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Well, there are a couple of checks. One is subscribing to his advanced race theory, which is 42%. And then there's knocking him out, which is 58%. Even though physical instrument is real high, Measurehead is formidable. Let's talk a little bit. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yes, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Well, we could say we're no communist, or that communism is pretty cool, or that individualism is our jam, or that our jam is a mysterious fourth thing. Why don't we have the chat see what they think about what our jam might be is? Might be is? That's not really how that sentence should go. But we'll take a poll, as we do have the option to do that, and see what the chat's opinion on things might be. It's kind of a neck and neck between communism and the mysterious fourth thing. And that was very close. The mysterious fourth thing wins out.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I mean, honestly, I don't know what kind of music our character enjoys because we have no memory. So we could say disco, or that we're a rock and roll star and a rebel, or youth culture does not affect our thinking. But, I mean, well, what game are we playing here? I guess we probably got it from disco.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done.
Measurehead is ashamed of what his people did, but I'm sure electrochemistry is a big fan of that.
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma.
I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the Pay.
So you did come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
You're not... So you're actually a Seminoles fanboy.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
I don't even know if I mentioned the dead body to him, but I mean, we'll get that down. We'll find some way to do it. But first, Kim, what do you think about this man?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
How do you know there will be a next racist?
There always is.
I suppose that's true.
Race is reality.
Do you know anything about this racist mug I dug out of the trash?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
This your kind of thing?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
I'm not sure what that means, physical instrument. Do you need to be a specific kind of person to do that? What are these tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorryman down. Everyone knows about racist lorry driver. He is well known here in Revachol.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Yeah, phrenology. Let's get into it.
True. That is a noble cranium, but you got a hard noggin yourself.
Yeah, maybe we could draw a grid on our head to impress everyone. You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
I mean, as far as the sexual accountability goes, I guess we have no memory, so we really don't know. What else does my skull tell you?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs.
What's wrong with our long arms? That seems like a useful feature.
This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Man, he's got trash to talk about a variety of races. And why did I gain experience from this? Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sir Leclerc and the other Vesper?
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
Well, yes, without alcohol, the world population would probably be much lower. I guess that's true.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
Well, I guess electrochemistry does know about that. Alright, he's not going to let us by. And, you know, physical instrument is our main stat. Like, if there is a build that should attempt to knock him out, it's this one. So we're gonna ask for some help, and we're gonna see if we can actually increase our odds a little bit more. You know, the thing that happened with Kuno that did kind of sap my confidence in our physical abilities, but I mean, we do have this physical cop, and if we don't try this, why do we even have a physical cop? 72%. Let's try it.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break.
Incredible. We actually succeeded at something. We were actually competent at some sort of cop-related activity.
The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. He's open. Rip into him. Right hook. Escalated. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
Well, I mean, given these options, if you're given the option to do a 360-degree flying spin kick, I guess you have to take it.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken-down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
I can't believe we actually looked cool. We actually came up here, confronted this man, and knocked him out, and looked cool doing it. This is a turning point for Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Disco Inferno, press the button.
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
That's right. Get out a Sharpie and start drawing some lines on my head.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
But Kim, my girls, I think it's how it works. They're mine now? No? Well, I guess we do have a job to do. Okay, so... Oh, there's something here. Hey, money! We now have over 4 real. We're rolling in it.
The man is still knocked out. He breathes slowly and steadily.
Well, it's good we didn't kill him. You hope...
Take a few moments for him to recover.
Okay. Let's just save a little bit right here. All right, we unlocked it. No one else could do it, not even Scab Leader. And we did that in front of everyone. Like everyone saw that. Everyone thinks we're the coolest now. Every worker equals member of the board. It's written at the top of the flyers. That's a lofty goal. That's ambitious. But I think maybe we will just revel in our big victory over Measurehead. Something went Jacques' way, Raphael's way. Detective Cousteau. We'll just take a little break as we enjoy that, and now that we've gotten through the door he's guarding, I guess we're gonna get into the place, and why did we want to come in here? Hold on. We want to go back and talk to Kuno about the armor. Not quite yet, though. Okay, this was it. Getting the body down. We have to access the harbor and ask for Evrart Claire's help. Okay, so it's part of this quest, getting the body down. We're going to... We've accessed the harbor. I guess we're going to talk to the Union boss and see what he can do for us here. And we'll just feel good about how we did that, and as we take a break.